My name is Njeri. I am from Kenya. I am in the fish value chain. I happen to be the president of the Women in Fish Kenya. It's known as Association of Women in Fisheries Blue Economy Kenya. I am a founding member of the Women in Farming Enterprise, and I am also part of the continental network known as African Women in Fish Processing and Traders Network, which was also established by AWARFA. Today we are here because of AWARFA. AWARFA, as you can see, is the African Women in Animal Resources Farming and Agribusiness Network. So this is bringing together the women in the animal resources space to be able to come together, be able to address the challenges and the gains in the various value chains, red meat, be it poultry, be it in fisheries, and this time around not leaving behind feed and fodder, because the most expensive part of our businesses in the animal resources is the cost of production, and that is actually cost of feed, which translates to between 50 to 70% of production cost, and that is a big challenge. So by being able to launch this network, it means being able to bring in the smallholder. It means bringing the struggling small micro enterprise business, the middle, and even the large, so that we can be able to hold each other, lift each other up. And that way, start looking at how do we address markets, aggregation, sequence production, knowledge transfer. How do we bring in our youth in the institutions of higher learning? How do we plug into research? How do we plug into academia to be able to plug into practice-based management practices? So when researchers have done something and they have knowledge and information, how does it get to benefit the practitioner? How do we understand the regulatory and policy framework? It is always a gap for a lot of practitioners just to understand that, formalizing our businesses. We've had a conversation with people in the financial space. We've listened to insurance, the products. How does this information get disseminated? So we are trying to make sure that with what we are doing, we can be able to get to as many women, whether it is 5 poultry, whether it is 3 goats. Let us be able to bring them together so that they can have a platform where they can be able to engage, learn from each other, and also be able to grow their businesses from the very subsistence and start scaling up, improving on our livelihoods, improving on nutrition. Milk is not only for those who can afford it. Can we be able to convert it so that even at home we can ensure that we are reducing issues on stunting and malnutrition? We are calling for partnerships. We are calling from our own skill set, the knowledge that we have, the capabilities that we have, that we can give in so that we can be able to grow this network. But we are also calling in for government. Government can be able to, one, give us space to be able to have a physical office. Government can be able to help us in growing us in the policy and regulatory framework. We are also calling on partners to be able to actualize this. We need to map out the women in the various value chains. We need to be able to aggregate the information we already have about the gaps and what are the gains and the opportunities. We need partners who can be able to bring in their various resources, both financial, both technical support, so that we can be able to grow this network to a greater level and to cover as much of Kenya. We have partners who work in ASALs. This is where you come in. We have partners who are working in maybe the Central Highlands. This is where you come in. We have partners in the Lake region. So we'd like to bring all partners on board, that this is an opportunity for you to work with women, and women are not working alone, women and youth, so that we can be able to have a win-win in this sector, and leaving no one behind, but also giving women a seat at the table.